Good morning students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 20. In this video, we are going to see the last topic of the lesson, living world. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen life cycle of Agaricus, which belongs to the class Basidiomycetes fungi, genus Agaricus. Two species of Agaricus, that is Arvensis and Tabularis, named as fairy rings. Agaricus compestus, which is named as field mushroom. Dear students, the plant body of a fungi is named as mycelium, which consists of three types of mycelium: primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary mycelium consists of only one nuclei, so it is named as monokaryotic mycelium. Then two cells of the mycelium, that is monokaryotic mycelium, fuse together to form a secondary mycelium or dikaryotic mycelium. This dikaryotic mycelium afterwards produce a small filamentous hypal cord named as rhizomorph. Then the tertiary mycelium, which present in the fruiting body, called basidiocarp. So that is the vegetative structure of Agaricus. This Agaricus shows two modes of reproduction: asexual reproduction by thick-walled chlamydospores during unfavorable condition, sexual reproduction by the fusion of two different strains of primary mycelium, that is monokaryotic mycelium. They are fused together, somatogamy, plasmogamy are taken place, followed by diploid dikaryotic cell. This dikaryotic cell afterwards developed into secondary mycelium or dikaryotic mycelium, which undergo meiotic cell division, produce basidiocarp. So that means secondary mycelium afterwards produced a rhizomorph. From that rhizomorph, they have produced the basidiocarp, act as a fruiting body. The shape is look like in the form of umbrella, consists of three important parts: stipe, gill and pileus. The base of the gills, which are showing important region. The subterranean region is known as trama, which is located between hymenium and subhymenium. Subhymenium made up of closely arranged cells. The hymenium is the fertile layer, produce basidiocarp, which is club-shaped. At the tip of the basidiocarp, they are producing a stalk-like structure is called sterigmata with 4 basidiospores. Out of these 4, 2 of them are plus strain and the 2 of them are minus strain. So this is said to be the life cycle of Agaricus and the reproductive nature. Up to this only we have seen in the previous video class. Today, in this video, we are going to see next topic, that is mycorrhizae. Dear students, this is a topic, mycorrhizae. What is mycorrhizae is the important 2-mark question. Very, very important 2-mark question. What is mycorrhizae or define mycorrhizae? A symbiotic association between a fungus and the root of the higher plants is known as mycorrhizae. What is that one? The association, symbiotic association. What is symbiotic? Which means mutual understanding. So the symbiotic association between the fungal mycelium and the root of higher plants is named as mycorrhizae. In this relationship, helps to absorb the nutrition from the root, and in turn, the hyphal network of mycorrhizae forming fungi helps the plant to absorb water and mineral nutrients from the soil. That's why both fungal partner and the root of the higher plants which are showing the symbiotic association. So, the function of fungi is to absorb the water and mineral salts by the penetrating of hyphal filament and absorb the water and mineral salts from the soil and give it to the root of higher plants. The root of higher plants which are giving habitat, that is living place, to the fungi and also nutrient or food material to the fungi. So both the organisms are beneficial. That type of association is known as symbiotic association, named as mycorrhizae. Dear students, see the paragraph. The fungal partner which absorb nutrients from the root. So it taking the food material from the root region. In turn, what the fungi is doing? With the help of this filamentous hyphae, it absorbing water and mineral salts and give the plants to do the photosynthetic process. That is the mutual relationship between fungus and the root of higher plants. So this mycorrhizae, which is divided into 3 types, that is also very important. 3-mark question. Write the difference between 3 types of mycorrhizae. Before going to see the classification of mycorrhizae, we are going to see the next topic is importance of mycorrhizae. Dear students, in this topic, 3 types of question will come for the question paper. One question I already told you, what is mycorrhizae? Second question is, what is mycorrhizae? Write its importance. Is another type of question. Another question is, differentiate between different types of mycorrhizal classification. Then, comparison between 3 types of mycorrhizae. This is the different types of question will come for the question paper. So this mycorrhizae topic, then another topic also we are going to see, that is lichen. Both the topic are very important. Definitely one question will come for the question paper from these 2 topics. Now we are going to see importance of mycorrhizae. Dear students, this mycorrhizal fungi derive nutrition in Monotropa, a saprophytic angiosperm. So Monotropa is an saprophytic angiospermic fungi which get the nutrients. Then the fungi which improves the availability of the minerals and water to the plants. That means with the help of fungal hyphae, they are absorbing water and mineral salts from the soil and transport to the plant region. Then it provides drought resistance to the plant. So because this fungi is associated with the root of higher plants. So by using the fungal hyphae, it penetrates the hyphae and absorb the water and give it to the plant pots. So it shows the resistant against drought condition. Panja vanda kuda bayapada thevilla. Because the fungi which absorbing water and mineral salts by the penetrating of the hyphal region. Dear students, not only that, this fungus which protect the root of higher plants against the attack of plant pathogen. Pathogen means disease causing germs such as virus, bacteria, other kind of fungi is also cause the disease But this fungi protect the plant against disease-causing pathogens. So, 4 kinds of advantages of this mycorrhizal fungi. First one, it gives nutrition to the angiospermic saprophytic fungi named Monotropa. Sorry, not fungi, angiospermic plant which is saprophytic in nutrition named Monotropa. Then it absorbs water and mineral salts and give it to the root of higher plants. It protects the plants against drought resistant condition. Then it gives protection against the disease causing germs or pathogens. So these are all the different advantages of mycorrhizae. The importance of mycorrhizae is another important 3-mark question. Write the importance of mycorrhizae. So different mode of questions will come for this topic. Dear students, this is the structure of mycorrhizal fungi with the different types. This is the root of some plants showing the mycorrhizal association. Dear students, here the 2 types of fungi is given here, endomycorrhizae and ectomycorrhizae. Endomycorrhizae, which means the fungus which are producing hyphal partner, which is inner side of the cortex region in different shape. One is in the form of vesicle, oval shaped, or it may be in the tubular like structure. That is said to be vesicle and arbuscle. The epiblemma is the outermost region of the root. So that this type of fungi is known as endomycorrhizae. That means a fungal partner which is located inner side of the cortex region of the root is known as endomycorrhizae. Inner, endo means inner. Another one, ectomycorrhizae, the fungal partner which is located on the outer surface of the root region. That is said to be ectomycorrhizae. See the fungal sheath which is present in the outermost layer of the epidermis, and also they are containing large number of branched hyphae with mycelium. That is said to be ectomycorrhizae. So these 2 are the major types of mycorrhizae, endo, ecto. One more mycorrhizae is there, that is ectendomycorrhizae. That one we will see in the table column. Dear students, this is the table column which are showing 3 types of mycorrhizae, ectomycorrhizae, endomycorrhizae and ectendomycorrhizae. First one, see, the fungal mycelium forms dense sheath around the root, that means epidermal region. The dense sheath of the fungi is known as mantle. After that, the hyphae of the fungi network penetrate, get into the intercellular spaces of the epidermis and the cortex to form a net-like structure called a Hartig net. What is Hartig net is the important 2-mark question. The fungal mycelium which forms the dense network outer side of the root region, that is epidermal region. The hyphal network penetrate into the epidermis and cortical region which forms the net-like structure known as Hartig net. Example, Xylolithus tinctorius. What's the name? Physolithus tinctorius. Physolithus tinctorius is the example of ectomycorrhizae. Another one, endomycorrhizae. The hyphae grows mainly inside the root, penetrate the outer cortical cells of the plant cell. So first one which is produced outer side and enter into the inner side of the cortical cell. Second one which is produced in the inner side of the cortical cell and penetrate outside the region. A small portion of the mycelium with branched nature found on the outer side of the epidermis. This form is called vesicular arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi or worm fungi, VAM. Important 2-mark question. What is worm fungi? The hyphae of the endomycorrhizae mainly grows inside the root region. Root region penetrate the outer cortical cells of the plant root. A small portion of the mycelium is found outside the root. This form is called vesicular arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi or worm fungi. Due to the presence of vesicle or arbuscule like Astoria. So Astoria means what is that one? The hyphae only. A branched hyphae which penetrate to absorb water and mineral salts is known as Astoria. The shape of the Astoria is in the form of vesicle or oval shape or arbuscule or tubular shape like Astoria. So that this fungi is named as worm fungi. Example, arbuscular mycorrhizae, gigaspora, ericoid mycorrhizae or idiodendron, orchid mycorrhizae, example, rhizoctonia. Dear students, each and every type of mycorrhizae is important 3-mark question. Write a short notes on ectomycorrhizae. Write a short notes on endomycorrhizae with the example. So each and every question, example carries for 1 mark. So kindly learn the example for each and every questions. The last one is the ectendomycorrhizae, the fungi which forms both mantle in the outer side and also penetrate into the cortical cell. That means the fungal partner which is present both inner side as well as the outer surface of the root region is known as ectendomycorrhizae. So these are all the different types of mycorrhizae. Dear students, I hope have you all understood the difference between 3 types of mycorrhizae with the example. Dear students, this is a diagram I already showed in the previous video class showing 2 types of mycorrhizae, endo and ecto. Endo, they are producing 2 types of Astoria, that is absorbing root, that is hyphal cells, which is in 2 shape. One is the vesicle, another one is the tubular shape, that is named as vesicle or arbuscule. That fungi is known as worm fungi. Another one is the ectomycorrhiza, the fungal partner which is located on the outer surface of the root region and penetrate into the cortical cells. That is said to be ectomycorrhizae. Dear students, up to this we have seen what is mycorrhizae, types of mycorrhizae and importance of mycorrhizae. Next we are going to see the topic is lichens. The lichens are the other symbiotic association organ between algal partner and the fungal partner. So the association between algae and fungi is known as lichen. This is an important 2-mark question. Define lichen. The symbiotic association between algae and fungi is known as lichen. In this lichen, algal partner are named as phycobiont and the fungal partner are known as mycobiont. So this is also important 1-mark question. Algal partner of the lichen is known as dash, phycobiont. The fungal partner of the lichen is known as dash, mycobiont. Dear students, algal partner which are provide food material to the fungal partner. The fungal partner which are absorbing water and mineral salts from the soil and transport to the algal partner. So both the organisms are beneficial by sharing the material between them. That's why this association is known as symbiotic association. So the association between algal and fungi is known as lichens. Dear students, out of these two organs association, algal partner gives the nutrition or food material, fungal partner which are giving protection to the algal partner and also fix the plant firmly to the substratum through producing the rhizoids or rhizinae and also absorbing water and mineral salts from the soil. These lichens is also showing asexual mode of reproduction by fragmentation. That means the lichen body divided into number of fragments. Each fragment developed into a new individual. And also special type of organ is called Soridia and Isidia. Then phycobiont reproduced by achaenids. This is also special type of asexual organ. Hormogonia, another asexual organ. Aplanospore. So these are all the three modes of asexual reproduction taken place by phycobiont, that is algal partner present in the lichen. Another one, mycobiont, that is fungal partner undergo sexual reproduction by producing the ascocarp. If the fungi is Ascomycetes fungi means they are producing the fruiting body is called a ascocarp by showing the sexual mode of reproduction. But the phycobiont showing the asexual mode of reproduction by achaenids, hormogonia and aplanospore. Mycobiont show the sexual mode of reproduction by producing fruiting body named ascocarp. Now we are going to see the classification of lichen. Dear students, based on the living place or habitat, lichens are classified into different types. The classification of fungi is very important 5-mark question. First one, corticolous. That means fungi which lives on the bark region. Mara patta mela. Adi maran solron liya. That is said to be corticolous. Lignicolous. That means the lichen which lives on the wood region. Wood block. Mara arthu tantaniya potu vechupanga liya. Adu mela valanda lignicolous. Living on the rock region is called saxicolous. Living on the ground is known as terricolous. Terrace அப்படின்றோம் இல்லையா, ground. Terricolous. Some of them which live on the marine rock of the sea. That means under the marine water we can able to see the rocky region which is made up of with silica. Those rocks are named as siliceous rock of sea. Another lichen which lives on the fresh water on the siliceous rock of fresh water. So these are all the different classification of the lichen based on the habitat. Corticolous, lignicolous, saxicolous, terricolous, marine and freshwater. Next, another classification based on the morphology, that means external character of the thallus. Lichen is divided into different types. One is leprose. So leprose, the distinct fungal partner or layer is absent. Dear students, this is the two type of lichen based on the fungal partner. Ascomycetes fungi means ascolichen. Basidiomycetes fungi means basidiolichen. So dear students, these are all the different classification of fungi. Next, we are going to see the economic importance of lichens. Dear students, these are all the pictures which are showing the different morphological nature of the lichens. First one, crust-like. நான் சொன்னேன் பட்டையா இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. That is said to be crustose lichen. Next one, it's said to be foliose lichen. See, that one is look like in the form of leaf-like structure. That is said to be foliose lichen. Next one is said to be the fruticose lichen. See, they are having தொங்கிட்டு இருக்கு பாருங்க pendulous with a number of branches. So this lichen is known as fruticose lichen. So these are all the three pictures which are showing the morphological variation of the lichens. Next, we are going to see the economic importance of the lichens. Is the important 3 mark and 5 mark question. Lichens are used to produce organic acid. Example, oxalic acid. This oxalic acid is very much useful for the corroding nature of rocky surface and helps in the weathering of the rocks. Weathering means பாறையை துண்டு துண்டா உடைக்கிறது. So that is said to be corrodes and weathering of the rocks by the oxalic acid produced by lichens. And also these lichens are act as a pioneer in xeroseer. So xeroseer means with the help of the lichen we can able to identify the desert region, dry condition. In that dry region, these lichens are said to be a primary organs. That is said to be pioneer in xeroseer. Another acid is also produced named arsenic acid, which contains antibiotic properties. Not only that, the lichens are said to be very sensitive to the polluted area, air polluted area. With the help of the lichens, we can able to identify the air pollution in the particular environment. So particularly the lichens which are used to identify the sulfur dioxide which is present in the air causing the pollution. So that the lichens are named as pollution indicators. One reasonable question, why lichens are named as pollution indicators? So lichen has the capacity to sensitive to the air pollutant such as sulfur dioxide. So they are named as pollution indicators. So the dye present in the lichens used to prepare for litmus paper, which is act as acid bed indicator in the laboratory. That also produced from the lichen named Roxella montagini, which is used to prepare for litmus paper to find out the acid base indicator in the laboratory. Next one, Cladonia langiferinia. It's named as reindeer moss. The reindeer is a region, like tundra region like that. It's a reindeer moss, which is used as a food material for animals living in the tundra region. So this is the moss plant which is present in the tundra region. It is used for the food material for the animals present in the tundra regions. So these are all the different economic importance of lichens. Some of them used to produce for acid. So those acids are used to corrodes the rock surface and weathering in the rock region. Some of them used as an antibiotic properties. Some lichens are sensitive to the air pollutant such as sulfur dioxide. So they are named as pollution indicators. Some lichens used to prepare for litmus paper, used as an indicator, acid-base indicator in the laboratory. Some of the lichens are used as an fodder for the animals, that is food for the animals in the tundra region. Dear students, I hope have you all understood what is mycorrhizae, types of mycorrhizae, importance of mycorrhizae, what is lichen, classification of lichen based on the habitat, morphology, algal partner and fungal group. And also we have seen economic importance of lichens. Up to this, I conclude my video. We will see in the next video class with a new lesson. God bless you. All the best, children.